Yo, what's going on guys? Arekkz here, welcome back to another Monster Hunter World video, and in this one I want to talk to you guys about the Arch-Tempered Kul'Tiroth quest. The actual quest itself has replaced the old Siege quest because for all intents and purposes the first few parts of the quest essentially behave the same way they always have done, but if you want to access the new stuff you need to get her into the Furied state. Doing this allows you to get the new Rainbow tier rewards, allows you to get the parts needed to craft the armor set. So in this video, I'm going to go over what you need to do. So if you do enjoy this, if you find it helpful, then like would be super appreciated. Also, if you guys haven't already done so, don't forget you can still grab the Arekkz Gaming festive jumper, the festive sweater, if you want. It's over on the Endgame store. You can find a link to that in the description box down below. Be sure to head over. There's also some awesome pins over there, the Yeet pins, if you guys want to grab those. They're from 269's live stream. And of course, we have the giveaway for the limited edition Super Smash Bros. Nintendo Switch. All that stuff is linked down below. Make sure you don't miss out. But let's get started. Now, to begin with, it is first worth calling out that any of you guys that perhaps still want to farm some of the original Kul'Tiroth weapons, or say you've still got things you want to tick off, then the new Arch-Tempered Kul'Tiroth Siege has replaced the old one because, for all intents and purposes, the first part of this quest behaves fundamentally the same. So if you want to go through and farm the traditional weapons, farm the original armor set, you can still play through this quest as you always have done. But if you want to get to the new stuff, the Rainbow tier rewards, the Gamma armor set, and of course, Arch-Tempered Kul'Tiroth herself in the Furied state, then you need to meet certain conditions. And those conditions are essentially just to tick off pretty much all of the objectives as you're playing through the quest. If you guys remember when you traditionally fight Kul'Tiroth, anytime you break things like parts of her coat, you break her legs, her chest, you break off the casing on her horns, they tick off different objectives. Now it seems that in order to get Kul'Tiroth into the Furied state, you need to have done almost all of these objectives by the time you get to the final room. Now the only one you don't appear to need to do is breaking the tail, and that's partly because that in itself takes quite some time and you often don't do that until the final room. But everything else you need to have done by that time. So again, to reiterate, you basically want to go through your objective list and you want to tick off all of those. So focus on moving around throughout the hunt. Make sure that you are breaking parts off. If you've broken a part, make sure you move to a new area so you can focus on that new part, because this is not one of those speedrun versions where you basically just try and focus on the horns or something like that. This is the part where you actively want to complete the objective. So ensure that you are working as a team and working your way around Kul'Tiroth, ticking off all of those boxes, breaking all the different parts, and assuming you've done that, then by the time you get to the final room, she will enter the Furied state. She won't necessarily always do it straight away. Sometimes, you might put her to sleep and bomb her and she'll wake up Furied. Other times it will kind of kick in partway through this room. But either way, when it does happen, you'll get a notification that says Kul'Tiroth's Fury has been incited. At this point, she is now in her new Furied state. This is essentially where the Arch-Tempered version of the fight comes in. She's got some new moves. She's pretty hectic with the fire, so, you might want to watch out what you're doing, but at this point, you now need to defeat her in the traditional manner. You still need to break her horns, but if you break her horns when she's in the Furied state, this is where you get the new rewards. This is where you can then go back to the Gathering Hall, you can claim your Rainbow tier rewards to get some of those awesome new weapons, which are very cool. Some of these new ones actually carry armor skills, so you basically have critical element or crit status, so essentially very much like the Lunastra weapons that also carry skills on them. These are things that can essentially mix up the way you make your builds because they can allow you to, take a skill out and then, put some points in something else. So very exciting, definitely be speaking more about them very soon, but that is essentially what you need to do. So as a recap, you go on the quest, you go through and you tick off all the objectives. By the time you get to the final room, bar breaking the tail, and then assuming you've done all of that, she will enter the Furied state, you then break her horns, and you can then go back and claim your rewards. There does seem to be a little bit of discrepancy with regards to the number of Rainbow tier rewards you get. From our testing and from our time doing it, it seems that if you are the team that breaks her horns and puts her in the Furied state, then you seem to get around 6 rewards. Meanwhile, if you are, say, doing a siege with another team and they make it Furied, but you kind of just complete the quest, then you may well just get 4. So if you guys have any different findings, be sure to let me know. There also appears to be an objective for essentially doing it all in one phase. So instead of kind of failing the quest and going back in for a second try, if you can do it all in one phase, there seems to be an additional objective that you can tick off, which can also yield more rewards. But either way, that's essentially what you need to do. So focus on the objectives, move around, work as a team, and then farm those rainbow rewards. So there you have it, that's what you need to know. That is how you get Kul'Tiroth into the Furied state. That's how you go after the new stuff, and that's how you can basically start farming those awesome new Rainbow tier rewards. As mentioned, some of those weapons are really, really cool, so I will be doing a follow-up video at some point speaking about some of our favourite ones. So do stay tuned for that. Thanks very much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to check out some more awesome stuff from us here at Arekkz Gaming, then you should definitely try to catch 269 and Paradise Central streaming 6 days a week. You can find a link to the multi-stream in the description box down below. They play a wide range of games, and what's more, we also have the Endgame store. By watching their streams, you earn currency, and you can redeem that currency on the Endgame store for really cool prizes. Those can range from things like games, comics, and figures, all the way up to controllers, capture cards, and even consoles. So definitely drop by and become part of the community. Of course, if you enjoyed this video, then make sure you're subscribed and be sure to click on that little bell icon to turn on notifications so you don't miss our next upload. You can watch more videos by clicking on the options here, but once again, thanks very much for watching, take it easy, catch you next time, peace out.